Greetings, beloved. This is Walata Kidan. Welcome to my digital empire. I am in the middle of lunch, but I got an interesting download that I am interested in sharing with you. So, like I get download from time to time. Download is a spiritual information that comes from the highest dimensions when you're open energetically and when you're receptive and when you're righteous, and most importantly, when you are in your lane. I talk about being on one's lane over and over and over again because it's very important. We are creating order, right? An order can't be created in a scattered place. Scattered energies cannot form an order. For this world to be balanced, to come back to the natural order of things and people, I would say it's very important to stay in our lanes. And I don't see it happening often, but well, I know that I'm in my lane. That's why I'm receiving this download from higher dimensions. And the download that I got while I'm eating is that information is actually the most valuable asset in this time. People understand wealth in terms of money or like gold or even like having assets like house or cars. But the highest valuable wealth at this moment in this 21st century's information. And that's why, after having to unlock my programming, that my happiness comes from knowing that I have the most valuable information within myself that I can actually manifest in any way I like with anyone that I choose. And the people that are primarily was planned to be benefited from this information, they may not be aware of it first of all, and they may not be sensitive to it, or they may be like operating from a place of hurt or wound or trauma, or conditioning, a certain type of conditioning that they have in society, or a certain conditioning that was caused by their environment. But at the same time, when you know the value of information, when you really understand what information is, and even when you are choosing to get downloads from the heavens, you start seeing everything as an information. And some people are in places that I wanna visit, that I know that I have things in those places. I have things that I'm going to uncover in those places, and they're helping me as a guiding star. They're the guiding star for me in a sense. Even though I don't respect the choices that they're making or their intentions of taking instead of sharing uh, among the nation what they have to share, and like insisting to forget their soul contract and stuff like that. It's just an inner thing. If you're not in this mission, you wouldn't possibly understand what I'm talking about. But in the end, information is the most valuable asset in this 21st century, and having a programming, knowing places, understanding how things work is the highest gift that you can have. And if you are a light worker alive in this time, I just want you to know to protect that information. Like I was watching Oprah Winfrey's show last night, and she in that show she was interviewing Maya Angelou, and she asked her what the best advice that she has ever given to others. And Maya Angelou said there should be an inner space within your being that you have to keep clean, that you have to nurture, and you have to protect, that no one can ever disrespect it. No one can ever reach it without your consent. There is an inner space that you have to protect, that you have to keep clean, that nothing and no one can come and reach it within you. No one and nothing can come and mess with it, disrespect it, take advantage of it. And I was like, I didn't know it was about my programming at first. But I was attracted to the message because I love Maya Angelou. I have a lot of resonance to her also. But like I have made a soul family that I'm working with at the moment, and we were talking about what it feels like to be African, who grew up in Africa and who truly care about the nation. And like immediately I got that download, that message that I heard last night, it was about my programming. So right now I'm declaring with authority, I'm speaking with authority that I wouldn't let anyone and anything to come into that clean space that I call my programming, which in which an invaluable information, wealth, and assets is stored. I'm not gonna let anyone to come and to take advantage of it, to come and to disrespect it. No matter who you are, where you come from, or how connected you feel with me. So I'm really happy to have this download because it doesn't matter how fast you're running. Somehow, some way, if you don't take time for yourself to understand the spiritual being that you are, unless otherwise you are connected to every life, that you care for it, that you want to enhance the well-being of every creation on the planet. After all, even if you make money, you're not going to be happy. Even if you have a lot in your bank account, that's not going to make you rich. I saw Bob Marley's interview a few days ago, and in the interview the journalist asked him, are you rich? And Bob Marley was like, what do you mean when you ask me if I'm rich? The journalist said, do you have money? Do you have a lot of money? Do you have houses and stuff? And Bob Marley was like, that's not the kind of richness I have. That's not the kind of wealth that I have. What he meant by that is, it doesn't matter how much stuff you collected in the external, if you don't feel enough within you, if you don't feel rich within you, you are not after all wealthy. You are still broke, you are still poor. So please, if you are a light worker watching this video, and especially if you are among my tribe, I would like to tell you to protect that inner space, to keep it clean and pure, that no one can take advantage of it. Rastafari.